Hello everybody and welcome back to What If Davey Allison Was Still Alive? It's been a while since I've done one of these. I think like 5 months. So we're back into the root of these things and we're picking up right where we left off at the 1994 Savemarts Supermarkets 300. That's where I wrote that. Sorry. Ran out of space on the page, so I had to go to the next line. Usually I don't have to do that because the title of the race isn't that long. Here at Sonoma Raceway, or I believe at this point it was Sears Point. This is the old circuit because it is 1994, so before they added the short chute in from 4 to 7. I believe that's the corners it's in between. If I'm wrong, well, sue me. Coming into this race, Dale Earnhardt is the points leader by 2 points over Ken Schrader, 11 over Morgan Shepherd, and 22 over Davey Allison. It's a very tight points battle coming in here today. And Fords have locked out the front row with Davey Allison and Mark Martin. And then Chevys are in row 2, and then it's a mixture of the makes behind. Without further ado, we're going to go through your starting lineup today, presented by Budweiser, which is, I believe, still the official fuel of NASCAR. So Davey Allison wins the pole today, alongside Ford teammate Mark Martin, who is a very good, known to be a very good road course driver in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series. Ken Schrader, who has been looking for a win this year, finally had his top 10 streak broken last week at Talladega. He had 8 consecutive top 10s to start off the season. Finally was broke there, which led to him losing the points lead to the person starting next to him, Dale Earnhardt. Dale Earnhardt going for his 7th championship this year, something that only one other person's ever done. However, only one other person's ever won 6 championships, which he's done. So there's 2 now, and he'll be starting 4th. Morgan Shepherd starts 5th today, the 52-year-old driver, looking to win his first ever road course race alongside the sophomore driver Jeff Gordon in his only 2nd ever race here. This is kind of a home track for him, but it isn't at the same time. He's born from around here, but he moved to Indiana later on in his life at a very young age. Rusty Wallace and Derek Cope starting side by side. Ricky Rudd, Ted Musgrave, Bill Elliott, and Terry Labonte in a row behind them. Sterling Marlin, Lake Speed, Darrell Waltrip, Scott Gaylord, Ernie Irvan, Rick Mast, Rick Wilson, and Jeffrey Bodine, Todd Bodine, Jimmy Spencer, Kenny Wallace, Michael Waltrip, Harry Gant in his last season, Hut Strickland, Kyle Petty, Joe Nemechek, Dale Jarrett, Bobby Hamilton, Steve Grissom, Ward Burton, Bobby Labonte making a race today, Dave Marcus, Loy Allen Jr., Wally Dallenbach Jr., Mike Wallace, Gary Collins, Dick Trickle, Greg Sachs, Jimmy Hensley, and Mike Chase. All those drivers near the back some of those guys are road course ringers that usually come to these road course races here and there. Well, the thing play, there you go. Okay, there's me fast forwarding, so there we are. Field rolls off through the S here. Look at that. As they go through there slowly, it's so cool to watch them weave through the S's here at Sonoma. So reminiscent of the track that was once in California in Riverside, called Riverside Speedway. Now gone with a shopping mall built over top of it. There is only this track left in California to provide road course racing for the Cup drivers. Unless we race at Laguna Seca, but we don't race at Laguna Seca. So there's only this track. Either way, as we come rolling through off a 10, down, I think that's 10 still at this point in Sonoma's history. Down into turn 11, the hairpin coming through here. Drivers roll through the slowest corner on the track, probably the slowest corner in NASCAR off of that. And here we go. 8 laps, 300 miles around Sonoma Raceway, or Sears Point. Here we go. Green flags in the air. And Davey Allison are trying to pull out to a commanding lead here. Or Mark Martin's going to get that outside line run, and he's going to be able, I believe, to clear Davey down into turn 1. And Dale Earnhardt's going to get a number as well, as Mark Martin's trying to get his first win of the season. Dale Earnhardt and Davey Allison battle side by side for second here, but Davey looks to pile into the corner and take the position away. Here comes Jeff Gordon, now the sophomore driver, trying to get his nose somewhere alongside Dale Earnhardt's rear quarter panel. Each corner provides a different challenge as they go left and right on a road course here. Each corner someone else may have the advantage on the inside line. Derek Cope currently has the advantage on Ken Schrader. And here comes Morgan Shepherd, who does slot back in line. And there's the race leader's teammate, Ted Musgrave, all the way back in 9th place, side by side here. Rusty Wallace and Ricky Rudd, 2 Fords and a Chevrolet of Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet back there. Ricky Rudd and Rusty Wallace are battling side by side as they go down into the winding carousel here. Corner they don't run anymore. And look at that. I think Ted Musgrave just moved. Yes, I think he did just move. Morgan Shepherd just gave him a little shot there, just pulled right under him, but he couldn't get the run as Shepherd laid in the throttle quicker than Ted Musgrave could. So they weave through the S's there. Look how interesting that looks there. And look at these guys going at it here. Let's look up a little bit further here. It's still spaced out between the leaders. As everyone goes flying through here, look at Ken Schrader trying to get the nose under Derek Cope. He could make it. This is a prime passing opportunity here. Look at him give a shot to Derek Cope into that corner, and you already see people trying to pass here. 3 wide, something you don't see very often here. Just of course Ricky Rudd rolls right out of the throttle. You're that wide in that corner, everyone's going to pass, go blown by you on the inside. These guys come flying through. 3 wide back there. Look at those guys door one another. As Lakes, Bill Elliott off in the dirt. We were talking about Riverside earlier. That is where Bill Elliott earned his first career victory all the way back in 1983, nearly 11 years ago. Bill was not won since early in the 1993 season as Darrell Waltrip, who won just a couple races ago, his 85th career victory, which broke the tie with him and Bobby Allison for 3rd all-time the all-time wins list. As he gets by Bill Elliott, Rusty, Ricky, Terry, Ted Musgrave, Morgan Shepherd, Ken Schrader, Derek Cope, Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt, Davey Allison, and on the point is Mark Martin. Mark Martin, driver who just barely lost the championship to Dale Earnhardt so many years ago. Same as Davey Allison, who lost the championship by just under 100 points, or right around 100 points, last year. And then there's Dale Earnhardt going for his 7th. Jeff Gordon coming around here. He's currently in 4th place right now. I put up the scoring for everybody. Forgot about that. Other flock of 3 drivers here. Look at this little scrum here. Here comes Ricky Rudd under Ted Musgrave. Musgrave under fire through the S's here. This is a very difficult part of the track to run side by side. And look, as you can see exactly why I mean that. He's off in the dirt. Here comes Ricky Rudd and Rusty Wallace. Oh, Musgrave runs wide. Can he get the power off of exit, though? He might be able to clear Rusty here. He lost 1 position going off in the dirt, but I think he's going to be able to hold on to that position that Rusty's trying to get him for. Oh, Rusty's going to wind it up on the outside here. They're going to go side by side down into the first corner here. Oh, Rusty, I think, is going to have the advantage, though. Oh, wow, look at that. He's going to still hold in the throttle. Wow, this is some impressive driving to hold side by side through here. I think Ted's going to be able to get him here. Oh, he's going to leave a little hole there. No, he can't complete the pass. Ted Musgrave does a great job holding off through some of the hardest corners to corner side by side. Especially on the outside, he was able to do pretty spectacularly. No one seems to be out of the race, wrecked out. We don't have any cautions at road courses this year. Look at this, the top 3. Looks to seem to have tightened up a little bit as Dale Earnhardt is right there. Look at all 3 of these guys right on top of one another. Davey Allison turned a lap 2/10 faster than Mark Martin. Within our road courses, it is extremely hard to pass at them with the AI. So usually this always comes down to strategy or something else. You rarely see passing at road courses here. They're such one groove tracks. I love that angle. Them just weaving through the S's. I love that. Just such a cool thing to watch everyone weave through there. Musgrave just clinging onto barely a top 10 runner at the moment. Ricky Rudd's up to 9th. Driver who's won a race every year since, I believe, 1983? Yes. Since 1983, he's won a race every year. 11 consecutive seasons at this point. trying to extend it to 12. Quite an impressive feat to have. Derek Cope, your 1990 Daytona 500 winner. He has not won a race, though, since 1990 Spring Date Dover. Same, Ken Schrader, however, relatable to Derek Cope, has not won a race since 1991 Spring Dover as well, just 1 year later. Last time he won a race. But, oh, actually, never mind. I forgot he won a race earlier this season. Broke that dry spell with his 5th career victory. Derek Cope only has 2 career victories, along with Jeff Gordon. And Dale Earnhardt moving in on Davey Allison. Currently, drivers are turning their fastest laps. Dale Earnhardt has the fastest lap right now. And the last time we took a trip to a road course, that's where we actually had Dale Earnhardt gain his first career victory at a road course ever. The 6-time champion before last year at Watkins Glen had never won a road course race. And that was actually his first career victory at a road course race, which it's crazy to think that the driver number 3 had never won a road course race up to that point in his career. But it does, that does happen. Some drivers just can't relate to road racing as well as others. You see these drivers weaving through here. Todd Bodine, Dale Jarrett, Terry Gant in his last race here. Sterling Marlin taking a wide exit off of that corner. Kyle Petty, Michael Waltrip, Kenny Wallace. All these drivers wheeling it around this two-mile racetrack. And I believe now Mark Martin has started to pull away a little bit here. Everything's calmed down and everything's getting easy. We expect for these guys to make a pit stop. I don't know when, but they should all have to make a pit stop at some point. Darrell Waltrip, Rusty Wallace, Bill Elliott. The funny thing is, I downloaded all these cars off the internet, because there's no way I'm painting all these. They're provided on various racing websites that mod in R2003. And one of the weird things is a lot of the names of these cars are misspelled. For example, Bill Elliott is missing a T at the end. I have never fixed them. And have you ever noticed that? You ever noticed misspells or anything like that in these names? It's not my fault. That's how they are when they're downloaded. It is kind of my fault though. I could probably correct them, but oh, we got a little battle here for Rick Mast and Rick Wilson. The Rick's going at it. Wilson's had a decent year in that 43 so far. But the one thing about that 43, Rick Wilson's not known to be a very good road course driver, so he's not having a very good day today. He came into this race. Where is Rick Wilson in points? 7th in points, which is very good for this team. Petty Enterprise has not had a very good time of it recently. Jimmy Spencer, streak since the Die Hard 500 last year as he goes off into the dirt of finishing inside the top 20 every race. Very impressive feat to have. Currently is in trouble that, road courses are not very good for the modified veteran. And right now he is fighting just to keep a top 25 position, let alone top 20. All the way back up towards the front though. Dale Earnhardt looks to be closing on Davey Allison. And they're all closing on Mark Martin again as we come to 2 to go next time by. No one's pitted yet. I'm kind of curious as to who is going to pit and when. So Mark Martin coming down into the carousel here. Pulling on Davey Allison just a little bit. It's also going to be interesting because these guys are going to pit within 2 laps to go. What are they going to do? Who's going to take 2 tires? Who's going to take no tires? Who's going to take a little splash of fuel? And what are they going to do? Who's going to take the longest in the pit lane? Like I said before, NR road courses are not very well known for racing as they are for strategy. It's going to be interesting to see how the strategy works out here. See, here we go. Anyone going to pit possibly here? I expect someone to pit here just because we're getting within 2 laps to go. There's dust kicked up everywhere. Oh, it looks like Mark Martin, Davey Allison will pit. Dale Earnhardt will stay out. So he's gonna go 1 lap away. I wonder if he's gonna try and go for it. All these guys are pitting. Morgan Shepherd stays out. Terry Labonte, Ricky Rudd, Musgrave, Darrell Waltrip, Rusty Wallace. Bill Elliott stays out. Wow, as he hits the pit wall. Oh, that was an error, I think. Dale Jarrett stays out. Everyone looks like... Oh! We got spinners. Ooh! Watch out. Looks like Bobby Labonte and Bobby Hamilton got into it. The two Bobbies got into it there. Oh, man, this is right towards the pit lane here. Oh, man, a lot of drivers are staying out here. What in the world? But Dale Earnhardt's leading right now. He's going to be only... I wonder if he's going to go for it to the end here on gas. It's going to be a stretch, but I think Dale Earnhardt is going to... If he pits, he's going to take a very little amount of gas. Only 4 or 5 drivers stayed out. As you see down there, everyone coming off the pit lane. Sorry, I had that covering up it, but you can see people coming off the pit lane. So Dale Earnhardt, what is he going to do? He's going to try and go for 2 road course victories in a row from 1993 to 1994 with the Watkins Glen, then to Sears Point here, which would be kind of impressive to get knock-off wins at both of these road courses. But Dale Earnhardt wheeling it around this racetrack right now. What is he going to do? He's coming right down towards the pit lane right now. What is going to happen here? Ooh, goes kind of wide a little bit. Is he going to come down a pit? Yes, it looks like Dale Earnhardt's going to come down a pit. Yes, he will come down the pit lane. Now, will Morgan Shepherd pit? Morgan Shepherd's going to stay. He's going to try and go all the way on gas. Will Bill Elliott pit? Bill Elliott's pitting. Dale Jarrett, will he pit? Yes. Davey Allison made it up for Mark Martin. Wow. So those are the only 3 drivers. Morgan Shepherd is the only driver trying to make it. I think something happened to Ken Schrader on his stop. That sucks. Ken Schrader, who was having started the season with 8 consecutive top 10s. Last 2 races now looks like he's gonna have bad finishes. But right now, Morgan Shepherd, I'm gonna run on board with this guy. I want to hear. Let's listen. He comes through here. I don't know how he's gonna make it in gas. He's coming onto the carousel right now. Up in the 3rd gear. Coming around here. This is the white flag lap. This is the last lap. He only has an 18-second lead on Davey Allison. Morgan Shepherd's got to be running on fumes here. He won last week at Talladega. Can he get his first road course win? Oh, I thought the thing was out of gas. He's in first. Very light on the throttle there. He's got a lap car in front of him. He's coming through the S's. He still probably couldn't coast to the start-finish line from here because he would have to go through turn 11. And he's really putting the revs up there. I would have shifted up early to try and save the gas. He's all the way up to 4th now. Holding it down into the last turn 10. Down into the hairpin for the last time. Can he make it on gas? Oh, he's going to have Mike Wallace in front of him in the Hillingmeyer car. He can roll probably from here. Morgan Shepherd is going to run to the finish on fumes. I do not believe it. Morgan Shepherd wins back-to-back races. Wow. Coming up the top of the hill here. All the way up here. Oh, it's out of gas. That's how close it was. Morgan Shepherd ran out of gas at the top of turn 1. He had about 100, he about had 400 yards of extra gas on that thing. And it's out. Wow, that's pretty neat. Usually you don't see the AI run themselves out of gas like that. Morgan Shepherd wins. Davey Allison gets 2nd. Dale Earnhardt will get 3rd. Mark Martin 4th. Mark Martin got screwed on that stop, on those stops. Jeff Gordon 5th. Darrell Waltrip gets a 6th place. Bill Elliott 7th. Ricky Rudd 8th. 9th goes to Ted Musgrave. 10th goes to Dale Jarrett. 11th, Ernie Irvan. Derek Cope. Harry Gant gets a 13th. Wow, good for him. So on and so forth. So with that, oh, what the hell? Someone hit him? Oh! I don't think anyone hit him until someone did hit him. Oh. Your winner, Morgan Shepherd. He's out of gas on top of turn 10, on top of turn 3. Well, that was a hell of a race. Interesting finish. Other than that, though, right now I will put up on the screen the points after this race, and it is tighter than before. Dale Earnhardt has a 1-point lead now over Morgan Shepherd, a 15-point lead over Davey Allison, and then now it's kind of spaced out from fourth on back. As Ken Schrader's now 115 points back. That's what those 2 bad races will do to you. I mean, just not good. That, you know, he's finished. Well, he finished at Talladega. When he finished 31st, and now he finishes here 37th. 8 consecutive top 10s leads to 2 consecutive finishes outside the top 30. Not good. Either way. Ken Schrader, though, is in 4th, under 15 back. Then it's Jimmy Spencer, Jeff Gordon, Terry Labonte, Rick Wilson, Jeffrey Bodine, and Darrell Waltrip. All your top 10 in points. So with that, hope you people enjoyed today's race. Glad to be back, doing more of these races. Hopefully going to do these more regularly again. And until next time.